Alright, this thing should be on. Hello everyone. I am MamaHeavy. I am the Plague Mommy Lewdtuber, Variety E-Girl, and Goth Dummy Mommy, curing the world one uwu, one owo, and one Ara Ara at a time. I just want to state right now before starting this series that I am not a vampire, but rather I'm an Eldritch Plague Doctor who totally doesn't want something worse than your blood. I just want to say I am new also to Vampire Survivors. I only have about 40 hours in the game, and I am, like, really bad. So please don't judge me, but rather won't you join me instead? You know, as I learn this game, and do all sorts of totally very not Eldritch Plague Doctor things, and, like, definitely not start a cult through a YouTube channel. Not me, not now, not ever. Well... So without further ado, let's go ahead, go out there, kick ass, take names, and maybe even, hear me out, you know, do your dad. Yeah. As for today, we are actually going to be, going to controller because I'm a little baby bitch. And since this is going to be the start of the series, we're going to start with Poe. Poe has 6 max weapons, they can do eggs, they also get a 25% pickup range, even though they lose 30 health. Best of all, though, they start with the strongest weapon in the game, shaved balls. I mean garlic. And thanks to garlic, essentially they can auto-kill most things that get close to them early game, and can even become really powerful mid to late game. Honestly, garlic, in my opinion, is one of, if not the best weapons in the game that I have so far managed to encounter. I have not unlocked all characters, nor have I unlocked all weapons or all maps. I'm hoping to do that today, well, as much as I can throughout this series. And I'm hoping you all will join me for a good time, because these are going to have minimal editing, so that way my reactions, my responses, and the chaos that ensues are, you know, quite literally the most authentic that they can be. So anyways, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and start the Poe run. So first things first, we have to get Old Man Poe. This is Poe Racho. He gets 30% pickups. He's awesome like that. I can choose different versions of him. I'm going to do the Legacy version. That's literally just cosmetic. So we're going to go ahead with Poe. There is, to my knowledge, because I've never made it past stage 5 base stages. I think there's probably more. I honestly don't know. I'm going to leave... get the mouse off the fucking screen, showing everyone that I've totally been a professional VTuber for 3+ years. It's very obvious I don't do videos, and I usually do streaming, so sorry. Any horse, we're going to go ahead, start off with stage 1, Mad Forest, move forward from there with each episode. Stage 2 will be Inlaid Library, you know, episode 2, episode 3 will be the Dairy Plant, episode 4, Gallow Tower, etc., etc. We'll do different challenge runs, different characters, one after the other. So starting off our first run, it will be the Mad Forest. Once a thriving haven, now a dumping ground for evil. A vampire is said to be the root of this evil, but we can find only mayhem and roast chickens. Roast chickens are the, roast chickens. They are the main thing in this game. Anyways, we're going to let the Arcanas be. Arcanas can stay. They're basically buffs that have a slight bit of gamble to them. Let's see here. I say a slight bit of gamble just because they usually have a negative thing. For example, this one. Overall area continuously changes between minus 25% and plus 25% over 10 seconds. The character starts gaining plus 1% with every level. I don't know why they have that. So the different randomazo arcana things do different things. I really like how they're black and purple. It's a really cool color scheme in my opinion. This is one I just unlocked before I started recording. Is the Blood Astronomia. Astronomia? I have no clue how you pronounce that. Listed weapons also emit special damaging zones affected by amount of a magnet. Emits enemies within magnet range also take damage. That is kind of huge because I already have the garlic, and I will eventually get these other things. So let's go ahead and go with this one. Now, this is the only issue with Poe. especially on Mad Forest, which is a rather slow map. It starts off a little slow, a little boring, as you can see, because you know the garlic gets rid of bats, weak enemies really quick and easily. As you can see, we just managed to level up. For me personally, I really don't like any of these, honestly. Skip. Anyways, as I was saying, Poe starts off like this with garlic, which is this zone damaging ability. It's really cool and overpowered, especially early game, but as it scales and you combine other abilities into it, like Arcana, combine it with other weapons, and depending on the map you're playing, it can get downright broken all throughout the game, where the only thing that can stop you is the Reaper, which is this, very powerful, virtually unkillable boss. I say virtually unkillable because it can be killed. Called the Reaper. It does massive damage to you, but it's not an insta-kill. It takes a lot of damage, but again, it is also not pentagram. That's good. Attract the orb. That's also good. That was broken as hell. Cool. Can't go wrong with that. And Santa Water. That combines with my orb. In case you don't know about those, there is legendary weapons you can make in the game by combining a weapon and an item. Sometimes multiple weapons and multiple items. Attract the orb and Santa Water. Make a special holy water, whose name I can't remember. A really lousy health regenerator called the Pulmonera, whatever. It's that red heart. It combines with my garlic to make the Soul Eater or whatever. Santa Water, as you can see, it is basically just the holy water from Castlevania. But right now, as you can see, we're very powerful, very strong. This is how we're doing the run, and I'm okay with it so far. The goal of each of these runs is basically to survive 30 minutes, which the run is usually ended at that point because the Reaper comes in and kills you because it's almost impossible to put it down. No, stop the Reaper. It's almost impossible to kill the Reaper, and the Reaper can very easily kill you. There is ways to kill the Reaper. It's usually the two strongest items / weapons in the game, however. So, we don't really get to use those all that often, or see them all that often. But yeah, hopefully we get to do that. Probably not on this run, but on a future run for sure. As you can see, I've just completely zoned everything. Like, nothing's actually a threat to me right now. And my sphere of influence is just continuously growing and doing more damage, as you can see. Allowing me to essentially farm XP. And that just destroyed my, I hate to say it, but that actually destroyed my, my XP. That's an issue with the pentagram sometimes, is it'll destroy XP. But if you get the crown, it can turn the Gorgeous Moon, which is one of my personal favorite abilities in the game. Kind of just letting the bats do their thing. But yeah, I know for a fact though, we're gonna be really having an easy time between this stage and the next stage. Because despite, we can't knock anything back, I definitely need to deal with that. I need to get something that can do knockback. Holy shit. You know what? King Bible. That's a good zoner. I love how I basically have freaking mines everywhere now. But yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up Candelabra because more area. So it's really important in this game to pay attention to what you're grabbing. Because again, you gotta combine these to make different legendary weapons to truly last the full 30 minutes. Or more importantly, go beyond if you kill the Reaper. Outside of Endless Mode, of course. As you can see right now, if I can get the Spellbinder, I can make that Advanced Bible, I can't remember the name of. The Crown will combine with the Pentagram to make, or the Pentacle, excuse me, to make Gorgeous Moon. I have the items I already make the Holy Water, the special one. If I get the Pulmonera, I can make the Solier or whatever it is. And if I get the Axe, I can eventually make the Death Sights. Typically, you also want to avoid picking up the items that are in the game, like it's pointing right now to 3 Spinaches, 2 Lux, 1 Curse Skull, and 1 Pulmonera. Just because those can be stacked on top of your standard 6 slots. And if you get them beforehand, you essentially can't go and get them. You essentially can't go and get them again, if that makes sense. How do I say it? No, that doesn't make sense. Let me explain better. So, you get 6 weapons and 6 items, all completely random, as you level up through the game. However, after you filled those up, you can still pick up items from in the game. Or if you're streaming on Twitch, this game has Twitch integration, and chat can actually vote to add more things to your repertoire. You know, giving you more buffs and power-ups and so forth. The thing is, all of that, you know, can stack on top of what you get once you've leveled up and maxed out. Like for example, let's say all my items were full, and I pick up a spinach when I don't already have a spinach. I now have a spinach, and I can level up the spinach as a 7th item. But if I picked up the spinach when I only had 5 items, and now I have 6 items, I can't, you know, pick up something else, you know, that would, from leveling up, I'd have to pick it up from the ground. That's a really shit explanation, but that is how it works. I just love how good this new arcane is working, though. He's just completely nuking the field. This is awesome. Poe Racho here. Again, as far as, like, you know, overpowered characters go, he's got to be my personal favorite. Even though he's not my favorite character, Garlic is my favorite item, which puts him in the top 5 for my favorite characters, just because he can do all of this that you can see right now. The Garlic and the ability. That arcane be going nutty. We're gonna keep it up with the Garlic. We're gonna keep Garlic in chat. Let them all swarm to death. And the garlic gets stronger, chat. Here comes another swarm. Not much to worry about here, obviously. We're still doing an amazing job zoning everything. Yeah, quite literally nothing is surviving us. We're a little overpowered because you can see we're building a ring of XP around us. We expand our radius a little more. Those big bats can be a problem, but as we are now, they're gonna have a hard time getting close to us. Still, right now, we only have the Bible for knockback against bosses, which is a little bit intimidating. Oh, the Torona's box. It's a cursed item, but it does give you might, projectile speed, duration, and area. Torona's box is just low-key too good to pass up. I love running into it in an item, in a run. It's also a hard item to unlock in the game, because you have to wield 6 legendary items at once. Basically, you have to have 6 items and 6 weapons that all combine together to give you 6 of the legendary weapons at once. And if you do that in a run, like I did before this prior run, you'll unlock the Torona's box, which is, you know, one of the best weapons in the game, because it's a curse that actually benefits you. Even though, let's be honest, the Cursed Skull, all it does is make 50% more enemies spawn in, they move 50% faster, and have 50% more health. Why that would be normally bad under most circumstances, depending on your run, and depending on how, like, high up you are, like in the game, like how much stuff you have unlocked, that could be a good thing. More enemies means more XP. More enemies means more gold. It's literally more opportunity for you to win. Yeah, the big bats are freaking annoying right now. Holy shit. It's okay. Mama's got this. You know what I just noticed, though, is I'm not, hold on, I'm not holding what I need to hold. There, now we're gaming. We're pro gaming, chat. Yes, I'm a VTuber that totally didn't forget their toggle their game controller thing on. Me forget things? Never, never. I'm not a big dummy doofus. Not me, nope. Not no way, not no how. I love with how problematic most of these bats are approaching me, that they're still getting knocked out of the way. Even if they get too close, they just get vaporized instantly. They got no chance against this. Oh, he does a lot of damage if he touches me. You gotta remember, I don't have enough knockback. Oh! This is an extremely rare 5 chest. Chests come in different variants. 1 item, 3 items, which is rare, and then the ultra rare 5 item chest. Yeah, so we just gained 2 levels of our Santa Water, 1 level of our Bible, 1 level of Pentagram, and 1 level of the Attract Orb. Honestly, that made us quite a monster. That was huge. Song of Mana is another amazing item. that literally does help break the run. Yeah, we'll go Song of Mana, because I never get to use it that much, and it's one of my favorite zoning items. There's the Spellbinder we needed. Oh shit, okay, we gotta be careful. We can't run through things, we don't do enough damage to that. There we go, stopwatch. So what that does is stop everyone, as you can see. Purple chest give us one more of the randomazos, one more arcana, as well as some gold. The gold doesn't matter though. What matters is we can choose one of these. This one is giving explosions. This one, minus and plus. The character starts gaining. Serenade of healing. And Boogaloo Illusions. You know what? We're gonna go with the Rosticon painting. I know it's risky, but it can benefit us in the long run. Oh, that's massive. And there's the crown we need. So we can now start getting the moon. As you can see, we become an absolute monster. We are literally a bullet hell boss. I'm going to make it harder on everyone by getting a duplicator. So now we do double items, so almost everything I have is doubling. Oh, that's a werewolf. Those are a lot stronger. I'm gonna go ahead and double check. Yeah, I don't have what I need, so I'll only be able to get one. Do I have the axe? I do. So that's 1, 2. I can get 5 holy items this run, unless I find what goes to the Song of Mana. But yeah, now we're chasing after that heart. It's never really worth wasting an XP on, just because it's such a mid item, and it requires garlic to really show its true potential. But at the end of the day, garlic is so overpowered on its own, it really doesn't need to be evolved. I'm just taking this chance to get so much XP right now. You can see which enemies are really strong and really weak right now, as it just butchers through so many of them. I think this is honestly pretty much the run here, though. Yeah. Just because so few things can actually get close to us. Here comes the Bats Pack. As you can see, our range right now is massive, and now we just started the gold rush. Even though gold rush doesn't mean that much to us right now. Big gold arrows will drop chests, so that means you're down the boss somewhere, or mini boss. And that's Gorgeous Moon, so that's game set for that. We don't have to worry about our experience or anything getting nerfed. Gorgeous Moon is also way stronger, plus it gathers gems for us. You'll see, basically, it is broken as hell. But yeah, no, this is basically the game now. Because we've essentially zoned everything in hell. Just let it all get close. We're doing massive damage. Nothing can deal with us. And once Gorgeous Moon goes off, they will literally just serve as a giant, like, you know, plus for me. They'll quite literally turn into a giant bunch of experience. And there we go, there is the fancy holy water called the Labora. Sorry, it's sample water. I always fuck that part up. Apologies. Duplicator, things even stronger. The crown is just generating a bunch of passive XP at this point because we're too overpowered. Nothing to deal with that. Getting this will essentially allow us to have one more ultimate item again. Gorgeous Moon's about to kick back on. Gotta level up that axe, so we can start getting benefit from it. How far is this boss dying? Or did the chest get somehow pushed all the way up here? This had to have been a Gorgeous Moon kill. It was like really far off screen or something. Yeah, things can barely get on screen with me right now. With how much I've zoned out everyone. And there is the, I think Soul Eater it's called? Yeah, Soul Eater. Now I'm essentially this massive like swath of destruction now. I'm gonna go for the skull just to make things more difficult. That and we can get the extra XP and gold, which is cool. That's a little more challenge though. And there's the evolved version of the Bible, the Unholy Vespers. It's basically Endless Bible, which is actually really broken. But yeah, that's the kind of the goal with these basic runs, is to build the most broken bullet hell main character you can build, and then completely crush the level until the level crushes you with death. Quite literally, by death, as in the Grim Reaper comes over and kills you for being too good at the game. How dare you. All the XP. Very nice. Working on getting the axe up to being a sight soon. So we cause absolute mayhem. Still focusing on the Corona's box because it is such a strong item. It is literally broken. As you can see, the game's starting to really amp up the difficulty to try to deal with me. That really won't do that much though, because again, I still haven't even reached my pinnacle yet. That's okay though, because we are going to start using the curse to make it a little bit harder on myself. There's the scythe. So now we just got that much stronger. We're strong of mana. You're going to see a lot of levels here really quick, in a quick succession now, because of how high up we are. And everything coming on the screen. We're also in the last 10 minutes of the game. I say 10 minutes because every one of these levels is only 30 minutes before death comes in and just auto-kills you. Unless, of course, you have the prerequisites to fight and kill death. Which I know we don't. Ironically, as strong as we are, we don't. We don't win that 1v1. See how powerful that is. That is a crazy amount of damage. Ooh, a purple chest. The most important thing here is we get to add another arcana. Let's see. That one would just be the Bible. That one would be this. And this one would be health. I'm gonna do the Boogaloo Illusions. It might actively nerf me for a little bit, but it's okay. I'm too far buffed for it to matter. Now I'm going to go after that empty heart that's over here and start leveling that because, one, we have nothing else to really level. Well, you know, besides that stuff. But also, we can go for an extra health. Just as it levels up, extra 50% health would be nice. Yes, I am going to also level the Skullomaniac, just so that way I can do more damage. Well, not do more damage, but get more things to kill. And also not have to waste my levels on Pomonora. That's pretty impressive. That alone makes it more worth it. Alright, gorgeous moon's firing up again. We can start moving. Going up to that empty heart. There it is. Yeah, hollow heart. Ooh, that's new. What's that? Oh, that I did not know that required a Skullomaniac. Okay. Yeah, the Menage. What does it do? Oh, the song now goes out in a circle. Holy shit. With my character, with Power Cho, that is broken as hell. I see now. We're now unbelievably broken. In case anyone wonders why I'm going down this way, it's because I'm going after the spinach. Oh, it might be time for me to actually take a little break and just get a drink real quick. No, I'm not going to actually edit this out because this is perfectly timed to remind everyone that despite me being around for about 3 years and having 900 plus subscribers, only 10% of my viewers are actually subscribed. So if you like what you see, take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe on the video. It really helps me out, it boosts the algorithm, and it quite literally ensures that I can continue making content like this for many more years to come. And remember, if you don't like, comment, and subscribe, I will eat you. What'd I say? Who said that? Wasn't me. Anyways, any whores, any gore, let's go ahead and keep kicking ass. And yes, I am going off the spinach land. The spinach land over here, that's 10% might each spinach should pick up. Well, not 10% might, 10% damage. So that would give me an extra 30% if I get all three. Oh no, they're closing in. Whatever will I do? Oh, that's right. Just do all this. Quite literally melt the entire screen. I feel like I should get some sort of achievement just for like zoning the screen this hard. I like how I don't have enough knockback or damage to kill these plants outright. But I have such high health regen, it doesn't matter that I'm walking right into them either. That shit's hilarious. Absolute fodderization of everything. Holy shit. Oh, we died. I ran into it and we died. Holy shit. Ew, well, there you go. See, this is why I'm not editing these, because then I would edit shit like that out. But I'm not going to do that. I want you all to see my shortcomings. Plus, again, these builds aren't always the best. As overpowered as it look, as you can see, towards the final 5 minutes, you can see I could still easily die in that. Gorgeous moon again. Triple chest, and we got triple cash. Look at us absolutely beast moding these bats. Gain a bit of might. Not might, but damage. Might and damage are different stats. I gotta always remember that. There we keep going. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're not gonna make it to the other free spinners before it levels us up. Oh wow. Now triple chest, let's go. Now it's gonna be more monies. As you can see, we're in our last 30 seconds. Death will for sure come and kill us now. And there you go. See, Death just basically teleported on top of us and absolutely slaughtered us. But still, an overall good run, I'd have to say. Yeah, look at that. We got the we evolved the Song of Mana, so that's pretty much the only achievement there. Our Labor did the 10 million damage, 10.9, so that's pretty impressive. But overall, that was a really good run. And again, I guess that will bring us to the end of this run. I can't say I quite managed to cure everyone, so to speak, as a plague doctor. But I do want to thank you all for watching. I want to thank you all for joining today. If you did enjoy this video, please destroy the like button, cure the subscribe button, smash the comment, tell me how much you liked, hate, whatever. I reply to most of my comments. And also, don't hesitate to check out my other socials too, that I have in the description of the video. Again, this has been MamaHeavy, Plague Mommy VTuber. Definitely not a Nodric monster. Definitely not running a cult and pretending to be a vampire or a plague doctor. Until next time, my plaguelings. Ta-tas for now.